Hi, my name is Brenda Titus. I'm a professional hypnotist in Orange County, California. For information about myself and my program, including in-person sessions, please go to my website, ochypnotherapy.com. And welcome to this week's Thoughts from the Hypnosis Office, where I share thoughts about hypnosis, maybe to help you think about hypnosis and hypnotists in a different way, especially as an option to help you with life's challenges. And today, one of the life's challenges that we're going to talk about is something that is both fun and seasonal, but also can present a challenge or something that we're not happy with if we have too much fun with it. And that is holiday eating. Now, I'm recording this early December. We've had Thanksgiving, and now something kind of happens. We go into a holiday trance, or the December trance. Yes, that is kind of like hypnosis. We start kind of just going into autopilot. This is what we do in December. And unfortunately, sometimes that means that we start eating. You know, the grocery stores have all the special seasonal foods, and we just kind of go into that mode of like, oh, I'll deal with it next year, in a month. And so I thought this would be a fun way to talk about mindful eating and some tips and things that I often will talk about with my weight loss clients, and especially so that you can stay proud of yourself and be able to enjoy the season and enjoy the things that are special to you and enjoy the company of the people that you are with, and so that you don't look at the scale or look in the mirror on the new year and say, oh darn, now I've got to face the music. I said I would deal with that next year. So the first thing that I want to talk about is I really do believe in enjoying the foods that we choose to eat. And so that does mean that we have to be mindful with our food. And so very commonly, one of the things that we say with our clients is to be sure that if you are going to eat, consume food or alcohol, to be sure that you're being present about it. And so sometimes that will mean, making sure that you're aware of your portion control. If you're at a party or a buffet, grab a plate and take what it is that you feel is an appropriate amount of whatever it is that you want to eat, and then walk away from that food table. So the reality is sitting, standing and grazing and eating and eating, we start to become mindful, especially because then we're also, not noticing the food that we're eating, because we're also talking to people and getting distracted that way. So that's kind of a social eating element. I do believe also to be really careful about that when it's at home. There are many food consumption plans, diets, so to speak, where actually making sure that you are satiated, or not getting hungry or so hungry that then we make poor choices with food. And so a lot of times people do have regular snacks built into their day. So that's not even what I'm talking about or concerned about. It's when we sit by the TV and we start doing this, whether it's the popcorn or the munchies or the M&Ms, to be very careful and mindful of that. Actually, really, one of the first things that we say in the hypnosis world when we're talking about food is to not be sitting next to the TV, because then we're in our TV trance. And a TV trance plus a food trance, unfortunately, means that you're going to want to come and see a hypnotist for weight loss and control in the new year. So I'm giving you some tips to prevent that, so let's see. So those are a couple of the things. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about is, I really do believe in special holiday treats. I am a baker. I have a friend who is a baker. Actually, I'm a candy maker, honestly. And the candies that I make are candies that are traditions that were passed down to me from my grandparents, and so they are very special to me. And so what I do is I make sure that when I make them, I don't eat them all myself. I do share them broadly. And so I pack up my treats, and I have very specific people that, that get my treats, and I have a friend who I get some of her treats, and those are special. I'm not just, randomly eating, a bunch of whatevers. And so, if we can acknowledge that, then maybe that brings us close to the people that we love, or help us celebrate that holiday season, or what have you. Because the other part that we have to be really careful of, and people fall into this trap all of the time, is that they eat particular foods and they don't realize why they're doing it, and then they over consume them. And so this is so when I talk about the secret language of feelings, which is not supposed to be a secret, one of the things that sometimes happens is people eat because they're sad, or they kind of imbue the food that they're eating with like that it's going to fill some sort of need, or some sort of fill them up in some kind of way. And a lot of times that is some sort of food that is going to connect to the family or friends or some good time. And so that's what I'm talking about, is that I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying do it with deliberation. Do it knowing that that's what you're doing. Because then when I sit down and I eat my little haystacks, my butterscotch crunchy noodle treats, that I know that that connects me to my grandmother, and that is special, and that makes me happy, and then I can enjoy it. And then it also connects me to my sister, who I used to make it for, and it connects me to my mom, who knew my grandma, and it connects me to my stepmother, who also knew my grandma, and I've always given her these treats, and the rest of our family that we share them with. And so it provides an opportunity then to really enjoy that spirit of the season by connecting to the people who are here with us, and share those memories, and also then to think about maybe the people that we learned those things from as well. And so that is what I wanted to share with you today. And I hope that as you maneuver through the holiday season, or through December, there's a lot of holidays, so be very clear about that. All the different holidays here. I love it. And but as you can really be thinking about that, and be mindful, and be thinking about what you're consuming and what you're taking in. Don't fall for the December trance, or the the holiday trance. Stay present, and make good choices for yourself. And I hope that you have a wonderful week. Thank you for joining me for this week's Thoughts from the Hypnosis Office.